Hey everybody, I'm Todd and this is Sweet Tea Guitars. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel and welcome to a guitar giveaway. Alright you guys, we left off in the last video for the giveaway build, which I have named the Kyper Alpha. We had the body to this point, our neck's carved. We still got some work to do on the hill of the neck. Right now what I'm going to do is get this copper leaf installed on this body. So I've come up with a way that I think's going to work, and I want to show you guys this process. We're going to get straight to work on this thing, you guys. I'm going to sit down. You may not be able to see my face, but if I move the camera far enough away, I don't think you guys are going to get enough detail to see what it is I'm actually trying to do here. So I want to make sure I'm starting with the nice clean bevel. I've sanded this body to 360 with super Angelus. I'm using 3M blue vinyl fine line tape, and I'll show you guys this once I get this tape put on here. I've got my body propped up on some little bench cookies, and what I want to do is just go around this edge right here, and I want to stay as close to this edge as I can get. Now I want to make sure I've got a nice tight line without any waves in it. We're looking pretty good. So that's what I've done. Now we're going to tape this edge right here, and then we'll go back with some regular paper masking tape. Alright, so there's what we've got now. This should go pretty quickly right here. Alright, so there's where we are now. And I'll be copper leafing that area in between that tape on the bevel. Now we need to get our cutaway, and this part is a little bit more tricky. First of all, it's a smaller area, and secondly, this will show even worse if we don't get this perfect. So there's our bevel taped up. There's our cutaway taped up, or at least this part of the cutaway. The parts I want foiled are what we've left exposed. I'm using Speedball metal leaf adhesive size. This is water-based. I think we're probably all right at this point. I'll grab one piece of it and we'll just start placing this stuff. You don't want to be wasteful. And all you really have to do is just place it down on there and it'll stick. Alright you guys, I went ahead and pulled the paper masking tape off. I'm going to pull the vinyl tape off now. So how you want to de-tape this is you want to pull, in this case we're going to take the bottom off first, so we want to be pulling down and away. Slowly. It's best to do this while the glue is still tacky, before it's completely dry. That'll allow you to brush these edges over, and then you don't touch it. You let the glue dry overnight. We have a copper leafed bevel. You can see it's got little wrinkles and every once in a while you'll see a line in it or something like that. You can tell it's not paint. And I love that. So overall, the effect is really cool, I think. Our cutaway looks good. You know, I didn't want to not do the cutaway after having done the bevel that way. All right, you guys, welcome back to the shop. Tonight is Wednesday. Let's check the date, because I have no idea. Tonight is Wednesday, April the 26th. And last night we got our foil leaf done, our copper leaf. And I used tape, and I got such clean lines that has sparked me to run a bead of tape around the edge of this bevel. We're about to get the base color laid down on this top, and you guys will be able to figure out what color I'm going to use on this thing. I've got some Angelus dark brown. I've got some Angelus light brown, the Crimson Stunning Spirit Stains amber, Angelus honey, Angelus gold, Angelus yellow, and then I've ordered some new stuff from U.S. Craft Supplies. This is an aniline dye, but it's alcohol based. This is Artisan, and the reason I ordered this is because it comes in 8-ounce bottles. You can get these bottles for $8.99 a piece at uscraftsupplies.com. And I wanted to try this stuff. I bought 9 bottles of it, so not just yellow. I got purple, light blue, red, orange, and some other colors. Black, I think. Let's see what this brown does. All right, you guys, I changed my mind. I sanded it mostly off. I'm sticking with the same final color. I still want that honey gold look to it. But that brown was just not cutting it. I'm going to try out some of this Artisan yellow. And now that we've got this grain somewhat highlighted with that brown, I'm going to stain this whole top yellow. And then we'll start to work in some honey and some amber, gold. We may even break out a little orange. But I got a feeling this yellow is going to serve us well. We're going to take some gold because I know it's darker than that yellow. And I think we're going to have to wind up back on some brown, or we're going to lose that, and we're going to have that splotchy grain highlight all over the place. But this gold should tone that yellow down a good bit. And at the same time blend in with it. I think the honey's going to be the key. I did this on 7 of 9. I used honey and gold and amber and dark brown, and I was really super impressed with the color I ended up with on that guitar. How beautiful. I think this is going to be so killer. All right, you guys, we're back in the shop. Today is Saturday, April the 29th. I have sanded all the finish off this guitar. I got the color put on it the other night. I came back down here last night. It rained like crazy here for 3 days, so I lost a few days in the shop. But I let it sit here thinking it would dry. I'd come down, steel wool it, spray a coat of sealer on this thing, and we'd be ready to go. But I started looking at it, and it's like it started casting green all over the top of the body. I was not happy with it at all. So I sanded all the finish off. We're going to start all over again. I didn't film the third tape up. So we're taped back up. I'm ready to start going. We're just going to jump right back on this thing. I'm going to do exactly what I did before. We're going to wash this whole top with yellow. This time I'm leaving the gold, the honey, and the brown out of the mix. We're going to only use 3 colors on this top: orange, yellow, and red. So here's our yellow. We'll do 2 coats of this. All right, so there's our first coat of yellow, super bright and punchy. We're going to take some orange. I'm just going to go around this outside edge with this orange. Now we'll go back to the yellow and blend that in. That is super, super vibrant. I like it. All right, now we're going to start to introduce the red. I think the Angelus red's probably a little hotter than this. This is almost fluorescent. Back to the orange. I'm going to break out the Angelus red. Okay, 2 things. The first thing, the Angelus red blends better than the Artisan does. I like the Artisan. The colors are nice and rich, but they don't blend like the Angelus do. All right, now we've washed this whole thing with yellow. We're getting a nice vibrant color now. Let's grab some Angelus yellow. It may blend a little better now that we've figured that out. Yeah, the Angelus blends better. There's no doubt about it. But there we go so far. Now we can take some orange and start blending it in with the yellow. I'll just dab that in orange. We'll take some Artisan yellow and dilute that orange with that. Promising. Promising, promising. That looks really, really cool. I don't know how well you can see that, but it looks like it's awesome. I mean, it's really killer. I'm going to take and try and pull just a little of this middle out of here, which we can do a little with the steel wool once this dries. But I just want to pull a little of that red out of this center section right here. I'm going to go back with some yellow. We'll hit this middle and then we'll just start to blend it out. This will lighten the whole thing up just a little. We'll take this orange rag and blend in a little better on that outside. I'm using this Artisan for this. Now we're going to take our red rag one more time, and I'll use the Angelus red just because I think it's just a little punchier. Now, we should be able to achieve anything else we want with yellow. So I'm going to go back to the yellow rag before that red has a chance to get dry. We'll orange that up. Now we'll take some yellow and then we'll blend all this back in together. Get a nice saturating coat in the center, then we'll take it on out. You guys, this is just wicked. I'm not touching it. I'm leaving it just like that. We've got some nice red definition there now. We've got a nice fiery orange color in the middle. What I could do is color the maple part of the bevel. Let's do that. That's going to save us so much trouble. We'll try to get that those bleed spots out of here so it's not causing us an issue. All right, now that we've got that red line around there, let's go ahead and take some orange on the yellow rag and see if we can blend this away a little better. There we go. So now my bevel's red. And it's going to be right up against the copper. So yes, I'm going to lose the two-tone bevel, but that's all right. This is going to work out so much better for me without it being too big of a difference for the end result. What would be cool now is to stain this whole guitar and copper leaf just this bevel part, because I got to do this area too. So I can put the foil right over the die. It's not going to matter. Let's hit this with this yellow. Yeah, this is going to work out. Because I was wondering what I was going to do with that alder. And we'll dye that alder red. We're going to dye it yellow first, but then we'll dye it red. Let's hit the back of this thing with yellow. And I'm just using the yellow as a base. We're going to go solid red on the back. Now that we've started with the Artisan, I want to make sure I get a nice coat of this before we switch over to the Angelus. Now let's switch over to the Angelus red. I like it. All right, you guys, so I got the back of the body stained red. I got the sides done, and we got our top stained the color that I want it. I love it. I think it's awesome. And as you can see, I've left this nasty looking and rough. That's where my copper foil is going to go. Dyeing that bevel is going to save me so much time, or at least that maple part of that bevel. And that's going to allow me also to bring that copper right up against that bevel. I think that'll look cleaner in the long run and possibly not look too busy. I was all for leaving that maple natural, at least the maple on the bevel part of this. But the more I tried it, the more I realized I need to rethink my method long before I get to this point. And since this is a giveaway build, and since I'm kind of experimenting around with different techniques on this guitar, I just thought, you know, whatever. I will copper leaf just this part of the bevel. We'll leave the red showing. I'll copper leaf it right up against the maple part of this bevel, and we'll let it go with that. I'm going to have to let this stain dry overnight, then apply some sealer. I want to do that before I put this copper leaf down. And I promised you guys I'd have a video released this weekend. So we're going to wrap it up right here. I hope you guys are satisfied with this color. I'm blown away by it. I hope the winner, whoever wins this guitar, really loves it. Once we apply this high gloss urethane finish I'm going to put on this guitar, you guys, it's going to be awesome. I promise you. Again, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can stay up to date as I release the rest of the videos for the giveaway build, as well as the coming projects I've got planned for the summer. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel once again, and as always, you guys, peace and love.